Welcome back to the Fiji Pro. Stop number 5 of the Samsung Galaxy Championship Tour will be the event where Taj Burrow hangs up the number 99 jersey. Former runner-up in the world will be calling it quits. Let's get this thing started. We've got a wave here setting up for John. Late takeoff, slamming on the brakes to pull in. Nice and hollow, perfect positioning. He gets spat out. Setting up that big highline carve. Squaring up under the lip, He'll go down on the finish. But one of the best barrels of the day going down for Florence.
I mean, just the technique, right? I mean, you know straight away what's going to happen. As soon as he starts dragging, he gets into that position. We've seen that at Chopu on those big days. It is so hard to do that, you know, just to take off straight away and engage the body, slow yourself down, come out with the spit. I mean, that's maximizing time behind the curtain, Joe. John straight out of the gates. Let's have a look. Beautiful size wave as well. See how he just slows himself right down. Perfect positioning right there. And now he lets go and comes out with that spray. And then look at that turn right there. I mean, just beautiful technique from John. Once more at the end, but goes down. But incredible opening wave. Taj had a quick start, but John answered back with this. And there's probably no better tube style in the world right there than John Florence. That was absolutely perfect from him. There it is, opening score, 8.17. That's how you start, and that's how you put the pressure on.
Taj Burrow just with a 2.0, needing a 6.18. Florence calling up B. Durbich to get in his corner for this event. They worked together on the Gold Coast, and John just loved the coaching relationship. Got him out here over the South Pacific. Big adjustment for B to just not staying on the Motu for the first time, but he's been loving it. Taj Burrow now up. Slams on the brakes, nice and hollow section. Burrow comes out after the spit, setting up that backhand. Beautiful carve off the top. Burrow wants more. Eyeing that lip line. Carves it back to the source. Now we'll just continue to swing off the top. Taj enjoyed that one, just coasting his way to the channel, getting barreled, doing some big turns. He's got to be happy with that one, Potts.
Well, if there was any question whether Taj was going to take this heat seriously, there's your answer, Joe. There is your answer. Game on for Taj. I mean, he wants to do well. I mean, what a heat to have just to maybe finish your career or maybe move on. Taj there, you can see him slowing himself down, comes out after the spit. And then that trademark bottom turn, top turn combo. How many times have we seen that? And seen that to take him to success as well. So Taj looking sharp, answers back, needs a 6.18. I think we'll see the lead change. Another view from the water. Snaps it under the lip there, just disappears. Comes out nicely. I mean, look at the conditions right now. Absolute butter. Board is just cutting through the water beautifully for Taj Burrow. Needing a 6.18. Right behind him, though, have a look at this one.
Florence casually bottom turns into a beautiful cavern, still stalling. He'll pop out of the first section. Saw this big section coming down, so he goes around it. Beautiful rail work. Nice clean line, not much on offer.
And we'll see another lead change. Got to that point in his career where it's time. John takes off nice deep bottom turn, mid-face check, then slides himself in there. He's got that ability to slow himself down so much more and then high lines it around this section. And right here, that rail work that you're talking about extends that body. Very unique style from John. Not a lot of arm movement involved in his surfing. Very, very unique. We get to watch his tube stance, his technique in the barrel. Now he starts to drag that body. You can see how he slows himself right down, maximizing that time inside, which equals points. Scores dropping for Taj, and it's looking like a gem. Joe, there it is.
25:30 on the clock. Taj Burrow locks in an 8.0, getting barreled on the takeoff. Multiple turns to the inside corner. Answers back to John's start with an 8.17. Remember, Florence just got another score. Just needed a 1.83, so he'll be back in first.
I know from experience, Joe, I'm still a grommet at heart. The first thing I do every morning is check the wind and you know, froth to get out in the water, and I'm 50 years old, so I can't see Taj slowing down anytime soon. I mean, his competitive career might be coming to an end, but his surfing career's only just beginning. Everyone's different.
Having a look now, Taj Burrow, a bouncy takeoff. He hangs on, grabbing that rail, now pulls in. He's got a beautiful line and staying open for Taj. It spits and Taj comes out. Now setting up for some turns. Taj gets a big carve off the top, nice and vertical, hammers a huge section. Taj with more room to pull in. All set up work. It's going to be back to work off the top with turns on the open face. Backside rail work, nice and solid from Burrow. He said he's been feeding off all the energy from friends and family, sending him messages. His jersey's been flying off the shelf. The number 99 belongs to Taj. And he is putting up a fight against Florence. John got a 6.17 to take the lead. So Potts, Taj needed a 6.35 there.
Another lead change, Joe. Guaranteed. I mean, let's have a look. Late drop there, critical stuff, bouncing around, but manages to pull in tight, slows himself down, maximizing that time, comes out. Not a clean exit, but an exit nonetheless. Now he starts to unload some good turns here. This turn right here, critical stuff from Taj, jams it under the lip there, and comes out strong. And this wave just kept offering him some scoring potential, brings this one all the way through. It's going to be a huge score from Taj Burrow, and a 6.35, I think easily. It's going to move Taj back into that first place and put a little bit more pressure on John. See how critical that first bottom turn was, Joe, bouncing around on that white water, but hanging in there and then fighting his way through that barrel. Great stuff from Taj Burrow. This next turn is where I think a lot of the points will come from as well. Jamming that under the lip there, critical stuff from Taj Burrow. Came out with a lot of speed, so great transition between maneuvers, variety of repertoire.
The Waz, what's the vibe like knowing this is such an incredible heat?
It's pretty amazing. I think the entire island of Namoto has come out, including everybody that's worked there. It's pretty incredible to watch everybody out here getting excited, and John's trying to fight back right now, but I must say, the vibe in the water is for Taj. I mean, everybody out here, you know, they say the word mono when you have that vibe going for you. Everybody out here pretty much has got that ready for him, and they're screaming and hooting and going off for him. Mick staying in the lineup, as well as everybody else. Everybody's got so much support here from all of his friends. It's really good to see. Possibly his last heat or last event, and it's so good to see all the support that he's got out here in the water right now.
Well, Strider, they have to be screaming because Taj just locked in a 9.2 following up his 8-point ride. John now needs a 9.04 to come back in this matchup so far. John getting a quick start. He's up again now looking for the lead. Needs a 9.04 in the barrel. Spits once behind him. Another big section. Florence comes out. A big answer back. Further on the inside, but Taj is on an absolute screamer. Well, double overhead on the takeoff. Jams a big backside carve. Now he's running after a hollow section. Still making him wait for it, so he'll rip another huge backside tail drift off the section and get out. Burrow is not holding back. A couple of my personal favorites.
Yeah, I mean, they're all amazing. You can see there, John pulling into the barrel in the beginning, Taj coming out of a tube on the outside. We missed that. But then watch this turn right here from Taj Burrow. I mean, that's a turn that is valid for many more years to come on the tour. Taj just bringing this one through the inside, and then this next turn as well. Bang! Throws a tail out. That's what we're used to seeing from Taj Burrow. And I dare say we might see that 8.17 gone, replaced by something else. John on the inside. Picked this one on the halfway back out, needing a big score, 9.04 to get himself into the lead. And he pulls through the back. So I reckon he's got a bunch of world titles that are going to be coming very shortly.
An absolute bomb out the back. Taj just pacing himself. It's getting really hollow. Burrow locks in a heavy section on a perfect line. An amazing read now as he comes flying out. He'll set up that backside carve. He's celebrating. Rosie Hodge, the vibe's got to be electric out there. Namoto is absolutely on their feet, but what about Taj's performance? We're kind of calling it one of his best heats he's surfed in the last couple of years.
Watch him as he comes by. You can just see, I mean, he's glowing right now. This is tapping into just, you know, that kind of energy when you're an athlete and you're getting waves like that and everyone's out here cheering you on. I mean, that's the best feeling in the world. I know Potts, I mean, he's won a world title, so he knows all about this feeling, but just to witness this energy and his performance coming together like this, it's so special.
Really special to know Taj Burrow calling it quits here in Fiji. And you mentioned, Rosie, that he also has his fellow competitors in the lineup as well sticking around for this heat.
Yeah, I mean, Mick Fanning pretty much paddled straight after his heat and got in that pack with all the Aussies to cheer on his friend Taj, and you can just see, I mean, there's so much respect from him, from all his peers and all the athletes that are out there with him.
And continuing to get lead changes back and forth as we go back to this last wave from TV.
Yeah, 7.33 on this one. Big wave. Just didn't quite get as deep as what he would have hoped, though. Hard to slow yourself down on those waves. They're moving so fast. And then Taj, just that wraparound kick out. So the crowd are going wild out there for Taj Burrow. 7.33, and this is the 9.43 from John. You talk about the wave spat twice before he came out. There's the second time, and then he pops out after the spit. No one gets as deep as he does. Maybe Kelly, but that's about it. His competitive career is coming to an end, but this kid's going to surf at a high level for many years to come.
So impressive watching Taj for so long as we see a wave now setting up, rolling in, nice and casual. John Florence starts with a big under the lip hook. Now looks to go straight up, a big fan of water going off the top. Now it's starting to go a little bit off speed. So John gets out. Florence surfing for an 8.37 to hope for a lead change.
And the boys are psyching.
Well, Strider, we're watching this. This is John Florence chasing an 8.37, slams on the brakes, super deep. This wave staying wide open. Florence comes out without a problem. Straight up, vertical in the pocket, and the wave spits its guts out underneath that backhand snap. Wow. What a cloud break special and a beautiful combo from the Hawaiian. The whole channel is freaking out because Burrow's on the next wave. And we'll see if he had anything before that little fall on the inside.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like he came out of that, and the body language told me that he might have done something special. This was Taj Burrow on the wave behind, stalling, pulling in, traveling. Is he going to come out of this? Of course he is. Taj Burrow just throws his hands up, and there's that body language you talk about. I knew something special had happened. And then Johns, whose is better? I mean, you guys decide at home, because I don't even know anymore. Look at that wave right there. John just pulling in, just sliding in, comes out nice and clean. You always talk about that ability to be able to maximize that time in the barrel. No one stays in there as long as he does. It's definitely, and then I'd like to see Taj's again too, because that was a pretty solid one as well. There we go. Johns has locked in, Joe.
So John had the 9.43 on wave number 4. Last wave, relatively close, a 9.33. Where he got barreled, then did the snap combination, getting the lead change. So Burrow then needed a 9.56 on the wave behind to get another lead change. As you see the judges' opinions there, it's kind of all over. 9.7, 9.8 on the high end, even as low as an 8.8 on the low end.
Scores dropping now for Taj Burrow's last ride.
It's a 9.4, and it's not enough for a lead change. He has an 18.6 total in second. You see a couple of high scores once again, 9, 8-point range. The low scores in the early 9s, 9.2. Incredible matchup on paper. By far the heat of the year. Taj out the back, holding priority when it's just 15 seconds on the clock to possibly turn around this matchup.
Taj needed a 9.56. He got a 9.40, so that little mishap at the end of that wave could be the difference that it comes down to. Had he finished that off, I think we were looking at Taj Burrow winning this heat.
What a battle. John Florence surfs the last heat ever against Taj Burrow, as Taj Burrow makes it official and will be calling this a career here at the Fiji Pro. And check out the numbers.